Okay, everyone. So welcome to May's Town Hall. So excited to be with you guys tonight. Tonight, we're just going to do a recap with all the departments, and then we have a special guest today as well. Thank you to Lawanda, and she's going to be speaking a little bit later on. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. You can also put them in the Q&A, and we will answer them the best we can. So actually, to get us started, we're going to do product sales. Kelly is not going to join us tonight, so I told her I would take over because she has another meeting. But let me give you guys the basics. The other day, she sent out an email through eBuddy to kind of let everybody know how to close out the sale. So the sale is officially closing, right? We had our last booth sale weekend this past weekend, the bonus booth weekend. So hopefully you guys were able to take part into that. But the cupboards are going to close this Friday. So Friday, May 14th, the cupboards will be closed. So if you have any cookies to return, either from a standabout or a booth, you got to return them by Friday. So the hours for the cupboards are all on the website. The link to return the cookies is on the website. So if you go to Cookies and More, and then go to Cookies Volunteers. Or you could go to Cookie Cupboard. Then there's a section right there. You just click on it, and it says to return the cookies. I made a quick little video to kind of detail all the information that Kelly put in that email, and that should be posted to social media tomorrow, hopefully. But the biggest thing you got to do is to allocate. There are instructions on how to allocate. We covered them in a town hall a few months ago, but the instructions are also on the webpage. If you've done a standabout or a booth or a virtual booth, or a standabout or a booth or a walkabout, and you've taken the cookies out and you have cookies to return, make sure that you return them so that we could put the information into the system. So for the standabout, we do the allocating for you based on when you put your daughter's name into the sign up form, but we have to know that we can close it. So either if you have sold out, just email productsales@gssc.us and let us know so that we can close out the standabout. Or if you have product to return, make sure that you return it by Friday. The deposits, make sure that your deposits are all in. If you go onto the sales summary page in eBuddy, you'll be able to see the deposits. If there are any missing, you can email Kelly or product sales. And I'll put the link in the description or in the chat later on. But basically, you have to include your troop number, your date, the date of the deposit, and then the amount of the deposit, and then we can track it down that way. You have to have your account at zero in order to get your rebate generated. So troops that have a zero balance, the rebates will be started to be issued the week of May 24th. And then for rewards are cumulative and they're auto-generated. So once you allocate all of the cookies to the girls that have sold them, then the rewards populate that way. The only difference is if your daughter or if a girl in your troop has sold 500 boxes or more, then there's a separate form that we will get in touch with you, and we'll give you the link to that WooFoo form so she can select her additional rewards. If you're a troop that got the troop reward for the t-shirt, then again, we'll send you a link for a WooFoo form so that you can fill that out with the sizes. But for the most part, as long as all of the cookies are allocated to the girls correctly, then they'll just get the rewards. And some of the older girls that have decided to opt out of the rewards, if you've done that, just make sure you still allocate, because then they still get the patches, even if they don't get like the plush and the stuffed animals and stuff like that. Links to pay your troop bill are they're going to be on the video in the description that's posted hopefully tomorrow. And then they're also on the website, but I'll put links in the chat. So if you don't have them, you can have them. And if you didn't get this email for eBuddy. All of that information will be on the website or on the social media page, hopefully tomorrow. But any questions so far? We're also working on like a compilation video. A lot of you have seen, or actually a lot of you have given us videos of the girls saying what their favorite cookie box is, or posted pictures for the Think Outside the Cookie Box web promotion that we did. So if you have already given us photos or videos, we're going to try to compile them all with this is what 2021 cookie sale looked like. But if you haven't done that yet, you can still send us videos or photos. If you want to send them to, if you go onto our website, onto the top in the search, and you just put Think, the Think Outside the Cookie Box weekend link will appear. It's also it was just posted in the news section of the website as well. And then there's just a link, you can fill out that information, send us pictures. We got some great pictures this year. I'm really excited, but I want to kind of put them all together for like a happy video because we're all so excited that the cookie season is ending soon because we had a great time. Thank you to all the people that did Grubhub. All of that information will also be put into the system so that you can allocate them to your girls as well. Questions or anything from anybody? Okay, so I'm gonna go pass it along, and then if you again put them in the chat if you want to. I'm gonna pass this to the shop. So Anne and Maria, are you guys doing it together? Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Jenna. Welcome everybody to the shop portion of May's Town Hall. We just have a couple of quick things for you. First of all, we just wanted to let you know that on our online shopping site, which you can find on our gssc.us homepage when you click on shop, we've added some fun and playful summer themed kits, some camp kits. So we've got one theme that's scented fun, the second theme is outdoor fun, and then we have camp fun. So they're up there for purchase if you'd like to take a peek. Just a look out for, some updates and confirmation on summer hours and eventually in-person shopping. So just want to put that out there. And then Maria will tell you, because you're going to hear it first here. So get ready.
So at the end of May, we will be having a sidewalk sale. More information is to be coming. The dates will be May 25th, 26th, and 27th. And as always, we look forward to seeing everybody. We miss seeing everybody. So this will be a way that we can see all of you again and outdoors and have some fun with all the items that we have.
We're going to put together some $5 tables, some $10 and under tables, and we'll have some other price points with, a percentage off to make it fun and exciting for you guys to come see us. So thank you.
Sorry, I'm muted and I cannot multitask. I was trying to add the stuff into the thing. So Laura is next. She's going to give us the update from membership.
Hello, everyone. Just to reiterate what Anne said, welcome to May's Town Hall. Laura Michaels. I'm here to update you on some wonderful membership. For those of you who don't know, it is on time renewal. So right now we are doing our registration, if you can believe it or not, for the 2022 year already. We have some amazing incentives. So there's individual girl incentives, troop incentives that we have going on. So one of the ones is that for anyone who registers from May 1st to June 30th in this tier, all the girls receive a exclusive GSSC tie-dye bucket hat. So very cool, very nice. The picture is available on our website. We also have a raffle. So there will be 5 winners who will be chosen. So if you register again from the May 1st to June 30th, you'll be entered in to win a $75 Amazon gift card. And we're giving 5 of those away. Every girl will also receive the most adorable little GSSC exclusive Girl Strong patch that we have that's going on the back. It has little girls as superheroes because that's what we are. This year has been amazing and we've shown how strong as Girl Scouts we can be. And for those of you leaders who know, this ties right into the shop because you're doing your bridging and all of those amazing things you've done this year and you want to buy. There is a 10% off discount that will be given for troops that renew with 100%. So if you had 12 girls last year and you come back with 12 this year, or however many you had, when you renew, you will receive a 10% off discount to the shop. And those are all the incentives that we have. Also, currently at this time, you're going to look in the next 2 weeks. The online financial will be available in the VTK, and that also needs to be completed by June 30th. So you want to start to reach out to your service unit and look for that to be published. And also don't forget, the link on there is a for your tag along insurance, and every troop does need to pay that. It is $4, and that's also, you'll see the link on the financial as well as on our website. So the bucket hat and the patch will be given to the troop leader. So for example, whoever the leader is will give it. So we don't individually mail the incentives. They would just be directly given to the service unit and then distributed that way. So we don't mail all that kind of stuff. The gift card and the 10% off certificate, we will mail because it's just a single item, but the other ones we distribute, and those would probably come, the incentive ends June. So most likely we would have those available usually say September, when we know the counts and everything like that. So that's kind of what's going on with membership as well. If you ever have any questions, you can reach out directly to your membership specialist, or you can email customercare@gssc.us with any direct questions. And that will go with anything that you had specific about registering your troop, or if you had any financial questions or anything along that lines, we'd be able to help you if you can't see something in the system. Also, you'd want to reach out to customer care and we'd be able to assist you. And now I know that we have the Learn from the Leader portion before we hit training. So I am honored to introduce our Learn from the Leader guest. And we have LaWanda Rice Cherry, who is up and will share all the wonderful things that her troop is doing as well.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Council, for providing this platform for troop leaders like myself to share and come together our ideas and information. It's a safe space for us. My name is LaWanda. I'm here to represent Troop 70 and Troop 175. I'm a co-troop leader of multi-level troops, brownies, juniors, and cadets. My co-troop leaders are Joelle Percy, she manages the cadets, and Nicole Baldwin, she manages the juniors, and I manage the youngest, the brownies. But collectively, we are all a team. We all collaborate and help each other. This is our 3rd year as troop leaders, and we operate out of the Half Hollow Hill School District, Service Unit 10. Tonight, I would like to share with you our troops' bridging ceremony experiences, from our inspiration to our concepts, how it was executed, and everything in between. At this time, I'd like to share my screen, if it's okay with our hosts. I'm going to cross my fingers because this worked earlier, so we'll see what happens. Let's see. Okay, I hope everyone can see that. Okay, well, our bridging ceremony occurred on October 4th of 2020, right at the beginning of the launch of Girl Scout season. This was our first bridging ceremony ever. Nicole and I had never even seen or witnessed a bridging ceremony. Joelle had the luxury of having her daughter bridge, so at least she had a little experience and she had seen it, but not so much myself or Nicole. But now here we are tasked with planning a bridging ceremony during COVID with all the restrictions that were out there at the time. So it was, needless to say, a little overwhelming. We immediately set about trying to have something to inspire the ceremony. What could we focus on? So inspiration and planning. We settled on Girl Scout traditions, but the symbol of the bridging would be the bridge. A bridge has a dual symbolism. It's the ending of one journey, but the start of a new adventure. And we thought that was the perfect sentiment going into planning this bridging ceremony. There was a lot of unknowns with this. So my daughter and I, we set out on an adventure, looking at all the local parks that were available to us in our area, where we could plan out the perfect venue for our bridging ceremony. So we, after about 8 parks, we weren't so successful, but we ended up around our own neighborhood, as luck would have it, at a nice little park called Herman Graham Park. We took pictures of it. We loved it. It had everything on our wish list. So we were at the time just hoping that both Joelle and Nicole would like it as much as we did. As you can see from the pictures, the park had a gazebo for where we could set the parents up, no matter what the weather was going to be. It is October. And it had the bridge, which was, again, our symbol, our focal point. So now we have our venue, but to make the ceremony a success, it's all about the details. So collaborative efforts, we had to shine, we had to figure it out. We decided to have 2 ceremonies, one for the juniors bridging to cadets and the other for the daisies bridging to brownies. At the time, the 3 of us, we set about our different duties of how we would go about planning the ceremony. So Joelle, who leads the cadets, she pretty much oversaw all the preparations that were needed for the juniors to cadet ceremony. She created a balloon arch for the bridge to really decorate the bridge. She created these amazing stencils had the Girl Scout law to place on the floorboards of the bridge. She prepped these beautiful silver keys for the girls for the key ceremony. Her and I, we collaborated on her program as a keepsake for the girls and the parents. And she was really, really essential in managing all the COVID attestations that we needed for the girls, for the troops. Nicole had a different task. She was the one that was in charge of prepping all the uniforms. She got the uniforms, she prepped the uniforms, she went through box loads of badge magic, lost her fingertips in the process, and there you go, these beautiful uniforms. She actually had them monogrammed for each girl, and she was definitely pivotal in getting the little snacks on the side, which were individually packaged because this is COVID. They were individually packaged for the girls to have a little sweet treat to celebrate their transition from one level to the next. My prep was more focused on the brownie ceremony for the girls. And so I created our program, Keepsake. I made masks for all the girls. We made sure to use Girl Scout printed fabric. I created the badge presentation vestures for the badge placement, and I prepped all the goodie bags with all the little gifts that we gave them. So the day had finally come for us to set up for our ceremony, and it was again 2 ceremonies that we were going to have. We had only a 3-hour window of which to prep, decorate, get the girls in, have each ceremony, and be out of the venue. Luckily for us, because we were being very frugal with our expenses and our money, that the venue was free. So utilize your parks if you can. These are beautiful locations, and they don't cost you anything. You just have to make sure you leave it as you found it. So we got to the park. We had about an hour to set up the tables that we use for the girls' new vests and the goodie bags and the awards. As you could see in the upper left, Joelle, she was dressing or decorating the bridge with those amazing stencils that she created. She worked so hard on those. And of course, Nicole, she, as you see in the lower pictures, setting up the table. We brought up our own chairs for the parents to sit in because we didn't want them to, let's say, break the rule of social distancing. So to negate that, we set the chairs up and the tables up ourselves. Let's see, and here's a photo of the goodie bags and the cadet vests. For the goodie bags, each girl received her badge awards, her bridging certificate. We gave each girl a journal and a really cool Girl Scout pin. They each got a mask, which was reflective of the level that they were going to move to, a journey book for each girl, and of course, a keepsake program where it had their name and so forth typed out. For the cadet ceremony, that was first. There was a candle and poem ceremony, followed by the passing out of the silver key, which is symbolic in the cadet ceremony. We had the court of awards for the girls as well. And they were presented with their certificate, their bridging certificates. They transitioned to their cadet uniforms, and there are lovely girls, Cadet Troop 175. So at the conclusion of the cadet troop ceremony, we quickly went into the Daisies transitioning to Brownie bridging ceremony. We started out with the presentation of the flags. We wanted our ceremony to be as girl-led as possible. So we had our girl volunteers hold the US flag, hold our troop banner. We all said the Pledge of Allegiance. We made sure to do our Girl Scout promise and our Girl Scout law, because again, we were trying to keep invoking the Girl Scout traditions, keeping in that tone. After the pledge and the Girl Scout law and promise, we then went into their court of awards and passed out their goodie bags. And of course, awarded the girls their cookie prizes, those who needed recognition, because again, during COVID, we had no meetings. We were not even meeting virtually at the time. So we really didn't have an opportunity to pass those awards out to those girls. So we felt that this was the perfect time. We also gained a new member, if you can see on the upper left, was a junior. So we had a simultaneous investiture for her because she was new to our troop. Her sister had been a member of the troop for the 2 years preceding that. And we just wanted to give her a good welcome. This was the first time she was around all the other girls. So moving on to the bridging portion, our girls marched in line, as you can see from the upper left. They were very, 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 I guess patriotic would be the word. They marched to the ceremonial bridge, as you can see in the middle. They took turns one by one, crossing the bridge from one side to the other to retire at their daisy tunic and wear their new Brownie uniform. And these are our girls on the last slide. At the conclusion of the ceremony, they were read the Brownie mirror story and they sang Make New Friends, which was really cute and really sweet. And it was a good feeling to see them reconnecting after they hadn't been around each other for a very long while. At this point, I will stop the share. I'm not sure if there are any questions about the ceremony. I hope I didn't go too quickly. Before I go on to talk about what we planned for the year ahead, or I could just keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, I don't see any questions. They're all just saying great job.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, I'll share one more time because I know you're tired of hearing me talk. Okay, let's see. Okay, well, moving on. For the year, this typical year, as with most troop leaders know, it's been a very untypical year. Nicole and I, because we have combined our meetings. Our meetings are all virtual. We have brownies and juniors together, and we decided, keeping in with Girl Scout traditions, as we had new girls join our troop grew, surprisingly, blessedly so. So we decided that we would focus this first year on the 7 legacy badges. We felt that the legacy badges in scouting were a good place to start. They covered the core categories in scouting. So on this slide is reflecting all the 7. We are at the point, we're so close, we have 3 meetings left. We just have the artists and the first aid badge left to do, so we will have complete the 7. It was very challenging at first, being in a virtual format. We were so used to being in person with one another, and to have to hold their attention. I know all of you troop leaders understand, to hold their attention, to keep them engaged, to try to get a little message across to them was kind of hard at first. It was a struggle. But Nicole and I, we kind of figured out as we were doing this, okay, what can we do in this space and in this time to keep them engaged, to want to continue just to be a scout? So we started looking at social media. I'm sure as others, you ladies know, you've done the same. We created a Google Classroom. We started using Flipgrid. We started assigning homework with each badge to keep them engaged. And really, we relied on the support of the parents. We kept an active contact with them, announcing each week what badge we were going to do, what we required. So it was kind of very structured as far as, so that way we can get better feedback, what girls were going to attend. Because as you know, there's nothing like putting a lot of planning and effort into a meeting and then 2 girls show up out of, you have 14 girls and only 2 show up. So you don't want those things to happen. So we figured out that by keeping the parents engaged, letting them know what our schedule is, having them kind of figure out this rhythm that we had, they were very supportive of it. So much so that not only were we able to complete almost the 7 badges, because we will, we were able to complete these other badges. We did the democracy badge around the election time. We had a troop vote. We did the manners badge. And that came about just because of the dynamic, the troop kind of, when you're virtual, there could be some habits that could form. So Nicole and I kind of shifted gears and we did the manners badge and tried to get them to engage and be respectful of one another. And it actually worked. They got better. And then, okay, what else can we do? We did the innovation badge. We created leprechaun traps and we created these kits where for each lesson, there was something in each kit to keep them engaged, keep them busy, keep them focused. We rely on YouTube, short videos, not long videos. If they're too long, you lose them. And we just kind of hope that we can keep the momentum going this summer because our girls really want to get back outside. We all want to get back outside. So we're going to continue this summer and we're going to work on our outdoor skills, going hiking, exploring knots, working on an outdoor journey, doing our letterboxer and geocacher badges, because again, those are things you can do in the warmer weather. Here, just included a few slides of some of the kits that Nicole and I were able to put together. Very not so great snapshot of one of our virtual meetings, but believe it or not, if you can't tell from the faces, the girls were really happy and really engaged. And this, we did the pets and animal habitats. That was a 2-lesson meeting. It was about the care of taking care of pets. And we made these little quilts, which I think we'll probably take that further and make larger quilts, just a project down the line for them to do for maybe a quick take action or something. We did bugs and flowers and we had a guest speaker come on and she actually helped us with the plants and we were talking about different bugs and we played videos about bugs so they can understand. We had the girls do their own research about bugs. So and here the last slide is just other badges that we did. We did, like I mentioned, the innovation badge, we did the cooking badge, and we had my co-troop leader's mother owns her own pizzeria. She came on and helped show the girls how to make pizza, and they made s'mores. So we just kind of just do things together, and it's been working for us so far. So, for as long as it takes, right? So thank you so much.
Thank you. That was amazing. So let me just check.
It's great.
Yeah, we're like inspirational and just.
And very organized.
Yeah.
You have to be. You have to be. It's a lot of details, a lot of work, but it's worth it. It gives me something to do.
Yeah, and the fact that you were able to grow your troop, I think that just goes to show how engaged you are and how much you guys work together in order to make that happen. Because they saw what was in it, right? So like I think a lot of us, when COVID started to happen, we didn't know what Girl Scouts was going to be. But it looks like that you guys really took the time to let them know that it wasn't over and that you were going to keep pushing through and make things happen. And I think that you could just see it in the girls' faces. Like you could just see, how much of a difference you were able to make. So thank you.
Thank you.
Let me see in the chat. So there's one question that says, a lot of people are saying just thank you for sharing. They say they only have 5 daisies right now. When do you prep for the year and how did you decide what badges to work on for the little ones?
Okay, let's see. What did we do for you? Okay. for the little ones, to keep them engaged, little ones are very tactile. They love to craft. And even though you don't want to make every lesson a craft, because there's some things you just can't craft. We prep them out at least 2 weeks in advance, because you just need to give yourself time. Your life is busy, so you have to manage your own life, but at the same time, you got to give each lesson, I think, at least a good week to figure out kind of what you want to do. But because from the summer, really, and I should have said this, when we were planning our bridging ceremony, we started planning our bridging ceremony about August. But again, we really didn't know. It was so many unknowns. We didn't know if we'd be able to even have one, if it had to be virtual. But when the announcement said, oh, we can be outside, we're like, great, so all right, let's take advantage before they change their mind or something else happens. And that took some time. But in doing so, we were trying to be prepared, because remember, this was our 3rd year. We were a new multi-level troop. We had only at one time had one level. So it was easy because it was just the 3 of us constantly sharing. So it took a little bit of the load off. But when we started carving out different responsibilities, now it's on me. Now it's on Nicole. Now it's on Joelle. So we had to kind of figure out and then come together and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. How can we make this the best batch? How can we make this experience now virtually the best experience for them and keeping them engaged? So yeah, it took a little bit of, let me go on Pinterest. What can we find? All right, what craft can we do this? Pinterest is your friend. Facebook is your friend. There are a lot of groups there. There are a lot of councils out there that you can reach out and connect to and ask questions. And that's what I did. That's what we all do. You just ask questions. So I'm sorry for my dog. I apologize. She's happy daddy just came home. So it'll quiet down in like a second. Yes, thank you, daddy. So I'm sorry to the person who asked the Daisy question. I know that was a long-winded answer, and I hope it answered your question. Just give yourself time. Don't wait till last minute, and ask other troop members, ask other troops, hey, do you have a lesson plan? I became the queen of making presentations just because I had to figure out to have some visual stimulus for the girls to kind of look at, to kind of transmit my message, because I'm not really in their face. They're seeing me through this screen. How do we engage? So if you don't know how to make the presentation, ask another troop person. I have presentations I'm more than willing to share. I've gotten some from other troops. I borrow, I pick and choose. You do what you can. Sorry, that was a long-winded answer.
No, they said thank you. Any other questions? Oh wait, there's something in the Q&A. Hold on. Well, I think that's a question for us. So they're asking, when it comes to outdoor meetings, how long in advance do you need to put in the paperwork, and does someone let us know if it's okay?
Laura, you're muted.
I think she's going to type it in.
Okay.
Yeah, she typed it into the chat. So are there any other questions for Lawanda while we have her? All right, thank you so much. This is being recorded, and we're going to be posting it onto our website. So if you have friends that weren't able to join us tonight but want to get some of this information, please just spread the word. It'll be on our website. If you just put in Town Hall in the search box, it'll come up. Okay, anybody else? All right, so Nicole is going to go next for training.
Great. Thanks so much, Lawanda. That was great. Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole Wolfrath, Volunteer Training Manager. I know if you're a leader, you've probably received an email from me, which is the first thing that I want to mention is that I do send out a monthly email with all links to training updates. If you are not receiving this email, please email me and let me know. I know sometimes leaders change emails, and so the one that you registered with is really the one that I send to that we have in our system. But if you use a different one, or maybe it's just a letter or a number off and you're not getting something from me, please email me. I'm going to put my email in the chat. But let me tell you a little bit about what is wrapping up for May. So we have our Intro to Bronze and Silver Awards training tomorrow, May 12th from 7 to 8 p.m. I'm going to give you the program calendar link where you could still register for that. And the troop showcase on May 27th, which is 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., is also going to be on bridging. We're actually featuring a mother-daughter troop leader duo who each have different troops and multi-level troops to walk you through some more examples of bridging ceremonies. June and August is really going to focus on new leader training. And we're going to be offering a very robust calendar with different times for live trainings that are throughout the day and the evenings throughout the week. So you will see that all summer long, new leader training as well as level training. So if you are a returning leader and you want to learn all about the next level, we will be offering them for each level, as well as a new training for managing multi-level troops. So if you are managing a multi-level troop, and actually as we are creating some of these resources, if you've got some tips that you would love for me to share with other leaders in terms of photos or just little anecdotal, wish I knew this before I started a multi-level troop thoughts, please send them my way. I would love to share that information so that we could share it with other folks. The last piece is CPR offerings. So I've mentioned this quite a lot at different town halls as we are still monitoring COVID guidelines. When we offer CPR through council, not only do we have to abide by council guidelines for CDC, but we also have to abide by the CDC guidelines set forth by the American Red Cross. And so right now, we will be offering CPR to leaders in the summer. I'm going to be posting those dates very soon. Right now, we are doing them just on a Saturday. We'll have 1 or 2 sessions, and they will only be out of our Camp Edie and Comac locations. And again, because of CDC guidelines, this comes down to managing the amount of people that we have, as well as managing the amount of equipment that we have, because according to the guidelines, we have to do 1-to-1 ratios. So you will see some more information going out to you as far as encouraging leaders to also seek CPR sessions and trainings within your communities that are offered through the American Heart Association or the American Red Cross. Troop funds can be used to be reimbursed or purchase the training session. But we want leaders to keep in mind that we have had a year on pause, as everyone knows, where we have not only onboarded new leaders, but also had renewing leaders whose certifications have lapsed or they've never taken it. So while I'm getting a lot of emails where folks are really interested in taking the offerings that we have through council, I want to encourage our leaders to look out into their community. Please call me if you have questions. If you're not quite, had a couple phone calls today and they weren't quite sure if it was the correct class to sign up for, I am happy to help leaders navigate that. But I want to encourage those to not wait for council offerings because as you can imagine, we have an influx of those that need to be trained up in time for the new Girl Scout year. And if we are only going to be able to offer classes that max out at 10 or 12, it's going to be very difficult to get everyone registered quickly. So I'm happy to work with you. I'm happy to help you navigate this process. I thank you for your patience with that. And I also just want to encourage many of you to look at the website. We've got some new videos updated, some things on how to navigate the volunteer toolkit. I know that there's some great bridging resources on the volunteer toolkit. And stay tuned for more virtual offerings. We are going to have live virtual trainings throughout the summer, and fall we will be looking into other opportunities that are going to really help leaders access resources easily and in a really innovative and intuitive way. So I'm going to give you my email address. in here. So please, again, email me with any questions that you have. And I believe Sarah's going to talk about virtual badge opportunities.
Okay, so next up is Sarah.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being with us. I know we're at the tail end of this hour, so I'll try to be fast. Just to give you a couple of updates. We are going to have, well, actually, I'll start with the biggest update. Summer camp is confirmed 50% full at this point. So in Camplands, we have registered, which means you've paid your deposit and you've secured your spot, or enrolled, which means you've put it in your cart, but you haven't done anything with it. So if everyone that has also enrolled pays their deposit, will be 60% full. So I say that not to freak people out, but just to remind people that this is a totally different year for us. We're only taking 120 campers per week. Whereas in the past, you could call on a Wednesday and be in for the next Monday. It's just not going to be that way this year. So if you or you know someone that has their heart set on going to camp or needs to have camp as daycare, please encourage them to register as soon as possible. Just as a reminder, it runs from June 28th through August 27th. You can sign up the whole time or you can sign up for a week. Each week is $375, except for week 2, which is the 4th of July week, which is only $300. Again, there is FA available. Just if you do qualify, just to give you an idea of what that's going to look like, usually the max is $75 off per week. But if you do qualify, there is no point, definitely try and still apply. We're still accepting applications and we'd love your daughter to go, especially if your daughter has earned a free week for product sales. I would hate for her to miss out on that free week this summer because it's too late to sign up. So just if you know anyone or anyone in your service unit or your service unit coordinator, if you just want to remind them about that. Speaking of virtual programs, we are offering virtual summer camp this year. It's $40 a week. It's Monday through Thursday, and each level has a time session. So Daisy Brownies would be 9:30 to 10:15. Juniors would be 10:45 to 11:30, and cadets would be 12 to 12:45. So it's almost like for $40 a week, you get 4 programs, not a big time commitment. We know that girls are so tired of being in front of the computer, but we did want to offer something to someone who maybe isn't comfortable going in person yet. So that's why we do have that. So we have been getting calls about it. Most people, I will say, are just very focused on summer camp right now and just getting back out there. I will tell you my number one question that I'm getting lately. A couple of weeks ago, it was, are they going to swim? So yes, they're going to swim. That was all anyone cared about. Now, what a lot of people seem to be caring about is, do they have to wear masks outside? So the answer to that question is, for certain activities outside, no, they don't have to wear masks. But I can't say, no, they don't have to wear masks outside, because if they're walking in a group tight together, if they are waiting online for something tightly together, they have to wear masks. So if they're playing an outdoor game where we can spread them out, they don't have to wear their masks. This year, I don't know if I mentioned it last month, because of our limited campers, we're actually going to be able to offer them double pool sessions in a row. So they'll get an hour and a half. I know, Laura, it's a big deal, right? So they'll get an hour and a half time slot in a pool instead of a 45-minute shift. So we are going to make as many opportunities for not masks as possible. But I know that if I say they don't have to wear masks outside, someone will hold me to that. And then they'll say, why did they have to wear a mask outside? So there will be times that they have to, but we're going to work hard to make sure that they don't as much. Just a reminder, we have a virtual CIT training coming up Wednesday, May 19th from 5:30 to 6:30. That's girls 10th grade and up. We have 3 scheduled virtual summer camp open houses. Now, before I say that, if you have never been to the camp and you want to see the camp, which makes sense, you can contact us and we will schedule you a tour. This year, we just thought we'd try to, because everyone seems to be so comfortable wearing their pajamas and going to meetings and doing things and not going anywhere. We figured we'd try to do some open house. Even if you've been to camp before and you have questions about how it's going to operate this year, you can come on. So there's Thursday, May 13th, Tuesday, May 18th, and Thursday, May 27th, all from 6 to 7. And you can register online at our website. We also have coming up, not as light of a topic, but still very important. We have partnered with the Suffolk County Sheriff's Department, and we are hosting 2 informational nights on their anti-trafficking initiative. So the first one is Tuesday, June 1st from 6 to 6:45. It is for seniors and ambassadors and parents, if they'd like, only, no younger levels. Then there is Thursday, June 3rd from 6 to 6:45, which is adults only, no girls. Okay, so it's going to be led by Investigator Sergeant Erin Munkle. I spoke with her briefly just as I was learning about this. And, it's pretty frightening. It's happening on Long Island. It's happening every day. And it's just something that, we didn't want to go too young and frighten girls, but it is something that girls at the high school age level should be conscious of, because it's not like in the movies. It's people getting, connected to other people through their friends, or, telling them that there's a job opportunity. And, it's really something that I think people should be aware of. So that is also on our website as well. It's on the program calendar and it's for free. It's only 45 minutes, not even a big commitment. But if you can be available for that, that would be great. Does anybody have, I think I've said everything as fast as I could. Let's see. Okay, someone's trying to reach Kelly. Okay, she made 2,000. Okay, so as far as anybody that's earned product sales weeks, I can email Kelly and just let her know, because it is a rolling, people are gaining these week after week. So what we can do is, if you send me your daughter's name, I can reach out to Kelly and just confirm. And then as long as you put the week in your cart, I'll go in and discount it out and you'll be all set. Becoming Me, I believe membership is, I don't know if Laura, someone just said they have some questions. They're not sure to direct their questions to. Okay, the week is in there. Okay, so it's in there. If you send me an email, then I'll just contact Kelly directly. And sometimes she's got a ton going on. So just bear with her, be kind to her, because she's extremely busy. So sometimes if I just shoot her a quick email and say, yes or no, did this girl earn it? I can get a quick answer. Any other questions? I got us in under the 7:30 mark with my speed talking.
So next up is everyone's favorite time. It must be raffle time.
Hi, everyone. Thank you again for attending our May Town Hall. So we have 3 raffles tonight. The first one is, we have a little Girl Scout trinket holder and a Girl Scout tote bag. And the winner for that one is Liz Stalianos. I know I pronounced your name probably incorrectly. I apologize. Congratulations, Liz. And the second raffle is, we have a s'more themed raffle. So we have this lovely little s'more pillow. We have a s'more luggage tag and a s'more chapstick. And the winner for that one is Kristen Lubliner. Congratulations, Kristen. And then the third raffle, we have an outdoor, like a fanny pack. So the winner for that one is Ann Menken. Congratulations.
Okay, so after, well, Maria has your email, so she will get in touch with you to find out how you want to pick up your product item, winning item things. Thank you all for joining us for the May Town Hall. Again, this is being recorded and will be posted onto our website shortly. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you all next month.
Have a good night, everybody.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.